In the last session, we started with the topic components of motherboard. So, and we discussed about processor, BIOS, CMOS, slots, and this controller. Component is nothing but, for example, the human body which contains different organs like head, mouth, neck, legs, and hands, and all these organs which form a human body. In the similar way, the motherboard which contains a several number of components which form a motherboard. So, in this session, we will continue with the next type of component, that is I/O ports and interfaces. So, the I/O ports and interfaces used to connect the external devices, that is printer, keyboard and scanners to the computer. So, the I/O ports and interfaces which are used to connect the external devices such as keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner to the computer, which will get connected to the motherboard of the computer. And this I/O ports and interfaces, in that there are several number of ports. The first one is serial port, parallel port, IDE port, USB port, PS2 port, AGP port, SCSI port, VGA port, power connector, firewire port, modem, Ethernet port, game port, DVI port, and last one is MIDI port. So, I/O ports which contains these many types of port. We will see one by one. First one is serial port. The serial port is used to connecting the communication devices like mouse and modem. So, serial port is used to connecting the communication devices like mouse and modem. Here, the transfer of the data will be performed like serially. It will send the data serially. That is one bit at a time. At a time, it will send only one bit of data. So, it requires one wire to send the one bit of data at a time. So, if you want to send one byte of data, the information, and it requires 8 times to send the 1 byte of that data. That is 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So, in a serial port, it will send the data serially. That is 1 bit at a time. So, to send the 1 byte, that is 8 bits of data, it will take 8 times. Next is a parallel port. So, it is used to connect the external input-output devices like printer, scanner and keyboard. The printer, scanner and keyboard will be connected by using the parallel port. Here in this parallel port, the transfer of data will be parallel. Parallelly sending data like 1 byte at a time. So, the difference between serial port and parallel port will be, here in this serial port, the data will be transferred serially, and in case of parallel port, the data will be sent parallelly. Here, in serial port, one at a time, we can send only 1 bit of data, but in parallel port, we can send 1 byte of data, that is 8 bit of data. So, this is about serial port and parallel port. Next type of port is IDE port. IDE stands for Integrated Digital Electronics Port. So, it is used to connect the hard disk and CD-ROM to the motherboard. The IDE port is used to connect the hard disk as well as the CD-ROM to the motherboard. Next type is USB port. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. Everyone knows about the USB port, right? So, because it is used to connect speakers printers, scanners, digital cameras, as well as your pen drives. So USB port is used to connect speakers, printers, scanners, digital cameras, as well as the pen drive. Fifth one is PS2 port. PS2 stands for Personal System Port. It is developed by the IBM, especially for connecting the keyboard and mouse. And it is also called as a mouse port. All the computers coming with the mouse port to connect the mouse. The next type of I/O port is AGP, that is Accelerated Graphics Port, which provides the high-speed video performance. The AGP port will provide the high-speed video performance. This high-speed video performance may be required in some of the gaming application as well as the multimedia application. To play any video, we need this high-speed video performance. So the next is SCSI port, that is Small Computer System Interface. Here it is used to add in the external devices such as high-speed hard disk. This SCSI port is used to add the external devices such as high-speed hard disk, which helps to Next is power connector. Power connector is used to connect the computer's power cable to wall socket. This is because to provide the power supply to the computer, we use this power connector. So next is firewire port. Firewire port is mainly used to transfer the large amount of data at very fast speed. So it is used to transfer the large amount of data at a very fast speed, because when you are continuously watching a video, this firewire port will be used. So there is no disturbance while you are watching any video. So it connects the camcorders and video equipments to the computer. This firewire port connects camcorder, that is cameras, and some of the video equipment to the computer. Because for doing some video conference on top, we rarely use this firewire port. And next is model, that is modulation and demodulation. First, let's see what about the model. Model is nothing but a small box which will convert the data which is suitable for the transmission media. So model ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ which is suitable for the transmission media. Transmission media ಗೆ some format ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So depending on that transmission media, this model will convert the data suit ಆಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ, ಯಾವುದು transmission media ಗೆ suit ಆಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Another, it can be transferred from one computer to another. So basically, model is a small box which will use to convert the data which is suitable for the transmission media. Then that formatted data will be transmitted from one computer to another. And it also connects the PC's modem to telephone network for obtaining internet facility for your computer. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ PCದು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ. The next is Ethernet port. This Ethernet port is used to connect to a network and a high-speed internet. It connects to a network and a high-speed internet, and it connects network cable to computer or motherboard to get the internet services. Next is game port. It is basically a device port which is available in most personal computer in a compatible system. So functionality. This game board connects the PC to joystick to provide the additional functionality of the computer. Next is DVI, that is Digital Video Interface Port. This DVI will connect the LCD monitor to computer's video graphic card. DVI connects LCD monitors to computer's video graphic card. And the last one is MIDI port, that is Musical Instrument Digital Interface. It is mainly used to connect some of the electronic musical instruments to your computer. It may be guitar or keyboard. So this is about the I/O ports and the interface of the computers. The last component of motherboard is bus. So what is bus? It is a communication system that transfers the data between the components inside the computer or between the computers. It is a communication system. It will give the communication path to the data, like the data will be transferred between the components of the computer as well as the components which are present inside the computer or between the computers, like one computer to another computer. If you want to transfer the data, this bus will be used. So bus is a communication system that transfers the data between the components which are inside the computer or between the computers. Next, functional features of the bus. So bus is a set of wires and each wire can carry 1 bit of data. Bus is nothing but a set of wires and each of the wire can carry at a time only 1 bit of data. So the bus width refers to the number of wires in the bus. How many numbers of wires is there? It refers to the bus width. So bus is a communication system that transfers the data between the components inside the computer and the data will be transferred from one computer to another computer. There are mainly two types of bus. First one is internal bus and second one is external bus. So the internal bus, which is also called as a system bus, it will connect all the internal components to the motherboard. Internal components like processor, memory and I/O unit. So the internal bus will connect all the internal components to the motherboard. The next is external bus, which is also called as a expansion bus. So it connects different external devices to the computer. External devices such as expansion slots, I/O ports, and it allows various devices to be attached to the computer so that we can improve the capability of the computer. The internal bus is also called as system bus, which will connect all the internal components to the motherboard such as processor, memory and I/O unit. And external bus, it is also called as expansion bus. It will connect different external devices to the computer such as expansion slots and I/O ports, and it allows various devices to be attached to the computer so that we can improve the capability of the computer. The system bus or expansion bus, which consists of three kinds of buses. First one is data bus, address bus and control bus. Let's see what data bus will do. Data bus will carry the data between the CPU and memory. It will carry the data between CPU and memory. Next is address bus. Address bus, which is used by the CPU to send the addresses of memory location. It is used by the CPU to send the addresses of the memory location. Last one is control bus. It is the part of the system bus which is used by the CPUs for the communicating between the devices which are present inside the computer. So control bus, it is a part of the system bus used by the CPUs for communicating with other devices within the computer. So this is about the bus.